Hello. All right. I know you're not even here yet, but some of you are going to be watching this in the playback. I am in a completely different location. I'm in my car this time. Once I was like at someplace with my mom, then I was at my dad's, and I was at work. There's a lot going on. Life is mad busy. Today is my mental day off, but I had to reschedule from Friday, so that's why. And I was out and about, and I was handling stuff, and I was like, let me get to this so I can get this out the way. So I'm literally pulled over, and I'm trying to get the light not to be in my face. Okay, I guess that's better. I'm trying to get the light not to be completely in my face, but I guess you can see people driving around. I don't really care. But I literally had to pull over to do this because I promised and I never like to break my word. So this is the book review, and it's going to be really quick because I've got a million things going on, and I do want to give like a little announcement at the end of this. So I've got a lot of things going on, and I'm just going to make it really quick as you can, about Children of Blood and Bone. It's already been a minute and 20 seconds, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it now. That way, when people are watching on the playback, they're not like, oh my God, girl, hurry up. Children of Blood and Bone, I decided to, because life was really hectic this month, and I do want to go back to reading physical books, but this one I got on Audible as well. It was long, which I generally do like when books are long, but this one, because my life was doing a million things this month. Oh, somebody's got a loud car. If you know me in real life, you'll know my mom has been like extremely sick, so I've been kind of dealing with that. But I did take time to listen to Children of Blood and Bone, and I did get a lot of the racial undertones that everybody was talking about. There's been buzz about this book, and the book already has a movie deal, and it's a series of books, but this is only the first book that's out. I can see how this would become a movie. It's very dystopian, Hunger Gamey, fantasy, superhero-y kind of book. It's very, very much so in that vein of books. So I can understand how that would happen. I keep losing the light. I'm gonna try and maybe that's it. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. The sun's going to be going down shortly anyway. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was, and of course I have notes over here, the parallels of modern day racism to this fantasy world of racism. Now, everybody in the book is Black, of African descent, but if the thing is going up and down, it's because it's resting on me and I'm breathing. But everybody is not of the same class, and it's really weird, but not, because we still do that today. It's split up between skin tones, hair, which, we are kind of doing now too, except in this one, hair is white. It makes you, I can't think of, there's different classes. There's the Magi, which are people who have magic. There's diviners, I can't pronounce it correctly, diviners, and there are healers. There's all these different little sub races within the one race. And you can see that some really flat out believe that they are better than others. There was once a kind of a coup to kill everybody who could do magic. The people who can do magic are the white-haired people. And hey, thank you somebody for liking this, Kristen. And hold on, somebody's sending me messages. And what happens is, when you're born with this white hair, they know that you are of that magic bloodline. And if for some reason, once you hit 13 or puberty, something like that, you'll be able to do magic. Well, what they wanted to do was pretty much wipe all these people out. Why? I don't know, because in my mind, it would be like really cool to have a whole bunch of friends who could do magic. But they didn't really care for that, so they wanted to extinguish them. And they pretty much wiped out whole cultures, except for like a couple stragglers here and there. The princess in the book, what is her name? Amari? I think it's Amari, because there's a little boy that I work with and his name is Armani, and I keep confusing the two. Amari, she's more of a spoiled kind of princessy. Her mom is really interesting towards her. You can see a lot of the you know how you would subtweet somebody, where the mom's kind of like subliminally hinting at her having darker skin. That's not really cool. And it's really bad, the colorism that they play between each other. But she, in my opinion, she evolves the most because she starts off as just like a princess who doesn't know anything but princessly things. And, you know, there's a struggle between her parents, especially after her father has her best friend killed. Little spoiler. But she becomes like an activist or a warrior to fight for what's right. And I really, really did like the evolution of her character. Inan, not so much. I was rooting for him. I feel like somebody should insert the Tyra Banks gif right here. I was rooting for him. We were all rooting for him. And he just kind of would not make the right decision. In the book, there were also some senseless deaths that I was not, wasn't really cool with. There was one, let me see, who was it? Baba Benta, of course, she dies early. And then Zuleika, I think that's her name. All the names have pretty much a Yoruba kind of hint to them. So, of course, if I'm not pronouncing them right, y'all brave on me. But I was really kind of upset at Zuleika's the most, I think. Because Benta, she died early in the book. We really weren't that invested in her. She was pretty much, what's her name? Amari's friend. I was more invested with Zuleika, and when she died, I was really upset about that. And the way she kind of just like offered herself up as tribute, kind of Hunger Gamey, that bothered me as well. Let me see what else. There is a reference. You're right. I'm trying to think of, what is that? Billy? I'm gonna just go with Fraser. Benta did have to die for Amari to learn about the scroll. She did. And it hurt my feelings, though, because I wanted the little girl to have her friend. However, we know that everybody who you meet in the beginning of the book does not always make it to the end. It's like, what's that? The Walking Dead. Just because you fall in love with all these characters and they've been there so long and everybody else is like attached to them does not mean they make it to the end. And that's how I felt about Benta. She did have to die for her to learn, but man, it hurt my feelings. And I feel bad because, you know, I know in my mind these are fictional characters. However, I feel like I like that little girl as her friend. And the thing about the scroll, when she saw how the magic and all that stuff happened, was so beautifully written / read that you can literally see that in your mind. So thanks, looks like Billy, for bringing that up, because that was really good. The fact that she had to die. She did. And it was like almost you want to like have a moment of silence for her. And we don't even like, the king, Amari's father, he was so mean. And I'm like, I get your plight, sir, but come on, he was mean. And I'm praying for that dude, even though he doesn't even really exist. Y'all know I get invested in my characters. But yeah, he was just really mean. And can I jump there yet? Who cares? At the end, when Amari and her dad are like having that little duke out thing. And see, hold on. She had to see her yeah. Delay. Thank you. Yeah, when it came down to the end, and maybe, yeah, so I can see how it all played out. She had to see her father was crap, so that it made the end of the book a little easier to happen. Because you know what? Had she still been like, oh, that's my dad, and still having like all these paternal feelings toward him, she never would have been able to handle him in the end. Now, knowing that he's the kind of king, I think she said toward the end that he was just trying to get back his first children. His first children were good children, but they were weak. And so, you know, he was training his new children to be like much warlords, but he didn't love them enough. He didn't have enough compassion with them. And I learned that in most African American culture, we do raise the children to be stoic almost, and we raise them so that they can fend for themselves in this world, and we forget to really, really love on them. And that's what I think happened with this book. I think that, he was so busy trying to raise perfect soldiers who could survive to the end, defend themselves, to take over the throne and all that kind of stuff, that he forgot to love on his children and show them to love them. It was just a really weird dynamic. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the light and the sun keeps moving. Maybe I'll just move the visor out of the way so y'all can quit looking at my CD. But I think that he was so bent on trying to make back what he lost, that he lost what he had. And I feel bad for them about that. That was a little heart-wrenching. But hey, in the end, like you said, she had to be able to see who he was, what he was capable of in order to do what she did. Benta, to me, was more of a family member to Amari than anybody in the book. I'm thinking in my mind. Yeah. Benta was more of a family member than anybody else. Flat out. She loved her and let it be known. And pretty much, honestly, every move she made was like almost in revenge of Benta. Like, I've got to do this because I have to avenge Benta's death. Kind of like that. Not saying it in so many words, but I think that that's how it is. Exactly. Let me see. Back to the skin bleaching thing. Did anybody catch when, what is that girl's name? There was another princess who came to visit them, and the mother, I don't know if she's a princess or noble, whatever. Her mother said, "Oh, you'll have to share your skin regimen with Amari." So often mothers can do that, and I really wish that they would stop, and I feel bad for this girl, but it happens, and I'm glad that she was able to find herself, love herself, and be herself in all of it, because somebody somewhere is always going to have something to say about your looks. In this book, I did find so many instances of today's culture where we down people because of their looks, their hair texture, hair color, skin color, things like that. But I also found that, no matter what anybody says, this is who you are. Be proud of it. Be proud of your heritage. Be proud of everything that you are, that kind of thing. So I did think that, there was some redemption in the book. However, I cannot wait for the second book. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I said in the beginning, I was listening on Audible. Now, I'm listening. And then I hear Epilogue. And I was like, so I don't get to find out what happened, right? It was real, I feel a little slighted. I understand leaving me on a cliffhanger. However, don't be all Game of Thrones on me and leave me waiting for 2 years, Tommy. Let's not do that. Please don't do that to me. I need to know. Let me see. This one came out in March. I'm going to need to know by October, no later than October, when this next one is going to come out. Please, thanks. Okay, the sun's dipping down below a house over here, so we should get some regulated light soon. Rita, yeah. Hey, Rita, that did make, yeah. What made you mad? The skin bleaching? I'm just seeing your comment. Sorry about that. I can think of so many times that I've had people say, that I've heard people say stuff to their daughters like, "Oh, well, look at this. If she has nice this, well, you could do this to your hair. How about just liking the way you're born? Can we just do that? Can we just like your bug teeth, your wide nose, your big lips? Can we just like the way you're born? Because God doesn't make mistakes." Let's go back to that. Yeah, Rita, that ending of that book, child. I promise y'all, that was the face I made. And I had to rewind it a couple of times, because you can do that on Audible. I had to rewind it a couple of times, like, is that what I heard? And then, I promise you, I was just like this. Like, I was so lost. And I'm listening, and I'm like, I don't even want to hear your epilogue now. I don't even want to hear you, because you have angered me. And then there was an author's note, and I was like, no, better be telling me when the next one's coming. That's all I gotta say. It didn't. But I promise you, my feelings was so hurt when I'm thinking like the party fitting to jump off, and then I hear a big pause, and I'm thinking they're going to switch characters like they've been doing. While that confused me for a little bit, and then I hear epilogue. Here's the other thing I want to ask y'all, and I wrote this one down because I needed to make sure that y'all knew it. Can't wait for the second book. Couldn't figure out how Amina could now do magic. Yeah, like there were some parts that I had to go back and listen to. Like, now wait, what? I don't get. Okay, there were some things I didn't get, so I need a deeper explanation. Here's the thing: do you think that Mama Agba is dead? Y'all, let me know. Do you think she's dead? Because in my mind, I think she might not be. Yes, you're right, Rita. There was a lot of rereading in this book. And I want to say it's because it was written. You don't think she's dead? I don't think she's dead either. It was written so that if you weren't paying extreme good attention, you lost some of the stuff. And Billy thinks she is. Well, we're going to have to see in the next book. Got one vote for no, one vote for yes. And I don't really think she did. However, I think she did because they don't care nothing about one old lady anytime they were slaughtering whole villages. But I think that, yeah, I don't know. I can't even say I don't know. I'm going to wait. The way the book, and I didn't even read it. I was listening to it. So that even made it harder because the narrator would switch voices sometimes. So I would have to go back and start like the whole chapter over just to be like, okay, now what? And I think even after this review, I'm still going to listen to it again. Yeah. It was like third person. Yeah. I think that I'm going to have to go and listen to it all again straight through. See, yeah, Billy, yeah. I think it's a toss-up, and the way she wrote that part really was good because now all of us are thinking, okay, well, yeah, that happened. Is Mama Agba dead? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is she dead or is she not? She was hard, and she had like all the heart and the wit in the world. So I'm hoping that she is not dead, and by some magical vanishing something that she is still alive. However, like I said, they was killing whole villages, children. They literally don't care. So I'm kind of on the fence about whether she's alive or not. Tell me what you think was the best part of the book for you two who read it. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling. They will need a teacher. So if she is dead, who do you think will be the teacher? Do you think that one of these little young ones can rise up and teach? Or do you think they're too young and still need to learn? That's a good one. Hold on, my computer has a notification on. I want it to go away. Yeah. We do need some mama wisdom. Trust me. And Rita, thanks for saying you were praying for my mom. I saw that on Twitter. Thank you. I appreciate that. My mom has been through it, but she is now much, much better. Much better. And watching her just lets me know that God still performs miracles. So thank you for that. They do need to learn more, Billy. I think that, you know how you can only teach as much as you know? They'd be good teaching like up to 6th grade wisdom of stuff, but to really teach like the master class on it, I think they need somebody older. That's why I'm hoping and praying she's still alive and that Tommy did not kill her off. I'm praying she was able to like morph somewhere. Okay. Do you guys think, you're welcome, guys. Yes, he is. Do you guys think that this book and the timing of this book, you know, with Black Panther and all this other kind of stuff, is just making you real glad to be a person of color, or to, you know, just be really excited about black things. Like for so long, it just was not cool to have darker skin. Well, it was cool if you had it, but the social norms and media and culture just was like, yeah, no, lighter is better. Do you guys feel now that all this, I'm talking, all this black love that we are getting is now, it just makes me feel better. It makes me feel so proud to be a brown skinned person. I promise you. I walked out of Black Panther feeling like I need to do something extra with my life. And I am. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I walked out of there thinking like, wow, this is amazing. I need to be able to do something like that. If I lived in Wakanda, I'd be, XYZ doing something amazing. But I feel like this book here too really helps anybody who's reading it see that there is positivity in being black. Yeah, and you know what? For so long, Rita, black wasn't seen as beautiful. There was like maybe a crowd of 3 people screaming "Black is beautiful," but now we've got like 3 million saying "Black is beautiful." See us, look how beautiful we are, and it's good. It's so good, and the fact that there was a girl in the book who was really dark skinned, and the way she described the skin tones was just beautiful. It made you really happy to have brown skin. That was a little thought there. I just realized how rough I look with this hat on. Y'all pray for me. It's my day off. So I'm not all normal chatty passengered up because it's my day off. On Friday, I still would have had weekday chatty passenger, but it's the weekend. And honey, I go for a whopping dose of pajamas on the weekend. Yeah, the different shades was good. Now, the fact that it's going to be a movie, I'm hoping and praying they give it a good budget, because some of the stuff that was described in the movie, I don't want them skimping on because they didn't get a good, healthy budget. Okay, somebody's putting up the little mad hearts, and there's a flower. It's like, thank you, whoever's liking the video. But yeah, I kind of feel like, yeah, it's my weekends, because the weekday is so hectic. My weekends are spent in pajamas, usually no makeup. I did this only because I upload the videos to YouTube thereafter for people to watch there, and I didn't want to be seen on YouTube in my weekend face. So yeah, it's on the weekend. I don't do none of this weekday Lavetta stuff. I don't do it because it's a little hectic to be like that all day, every day. Hats off to all these famous people who can do it, but honey, it is not always what I want to do. Not always what I want to do at all. And this week was an extremely busy week, both at the radio station, over on chattypassenger.com, and on the business side of chattypassenger.com. It was a lot. And I was trying to, get my mom together because she got out the hospital, got moved over to physical therapy, and still finish up reading the book. I was like, and then I finished the book and was mad because there was no more of the book. Like, I wanted to shake my iPad to get the last chapter out of it. It was bad. Y'all pray for me. when books don't go the way I want them to go, I get a little angry. And I don't think this one made me angry. I just think that I need to hurry up and get the second book. I need her to at least send me like a chapter of the second book. Please, thanks. Also, before I wrap this up, I will say I love the book. Tell a friend to grab it if you haven't. Read it again, because we all kind of need to get some clarity on some stuff. But before I go, because you two ladies are here, Chatty Passenger is getting ready to be a year old on the 26th. That's a Thursday, in probably 2 weeks. And we're launching, because you two are here, and I'm going to tell you first, we're launching t-shirts and other merchandise that is kind of centered around books and, like little quirky sayings about books and things like that. Yeah, there you go, Billy. Ask that kind of question. How long did it take you to read the book? We got t-shirts coming out. So yeah, y'all know that. Everybody else doesn't, but they'll see it later. And Billy, how long did it take you to read it or listen? Sorry, guys. Listened on Audible about 2 weeks. Not bad. Not bad. How long did it take you? Read the hard copy in 17 hours. Shit, girl. Okay, please let me know what kind of job you have or if you're retired. Because I'm working 2 jobs and then a side hustle business. So I need to know what was y'all doing that allowed you to plow through it. And you know what? Usually on Audible, it'll take me a day if I listen on like a Saturday or something. But with the timing of my mom getting sick and everything, it was just kind of, this one threw me back. But now that she's much better and I don't have to like sit there by her bedside and ask all these doctor questions and stuff, I think the next one we pick will be much better. What are you guys suggesting that we do for our next one? What do you suggest? Between jobs, grandkids. Look, I'm just trying to figure out how you. Ooh. Yeah, I work 2 jobs, one early in the morning, one in the early evening. In the middle, I'm usually checking on my mom, stuff like that. And then by 8, 9 o'clock, I'm ready to pass out because I get up at like 4:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. 17 hours over 2 days. I stayed up till midnight. Wow. And yeah, that's how I am, but I can't stay up. I used to stay up all the time and just read, but having this early morning job, no ma'am. Because 4:30 comes so quick. Like I promise you, I could blink right now and it'll be 4:30 in like 30 seconds. I can't do it. I used to stay up all night long just reading and taking notes. And last night I was trying to watch Saturday Night Live, but I ended up falling asleep and had my daughter wake me up when Cardi B was on because I love her. And I saw that she was pregnant. I'm like, yay. It went off. Then the next thing I know, because I had napped, I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning writing business plans. See, I wanted to read American Marriage. So you said it's much slower. Everybody's been talking about American Marriage. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll have to look into that one because I really haven't heard of anything else. Yeah, I read Gabrielle Union's book. Hers is good. Well, I didn't read it. I listened on Audible, and she's the narrator. I thought I talked fast. No, she does. Yeah, she talks faster than I do, much faster. But her book is really, really good. So you guys will like that one. You'll also like, if you like that one, you'll also like Gabrielle Sidibe's book. Gabrielle, you will love This Is Just My Face, Try Not to Stare. Loved that book. And she really tells some personal stuff in her life. I liked it. I'm a big fan of memoirs lately. Can't say all the time, lately. But I own almost every single Stephen King book known to man. So my genre, I don't have one. I pretty much will read anything. I wanted to try American Marriage, but now that you said it's a much slower read, I don't really have time for slow. I need you to come in, hit it, and let's go. Let's get it started. Kind of like how this book did. This book started and was like, oh, hey, your friend did. Yeah, that's what happened here. I'm trying to think of what's good coming. What have I heard good buzz about? I don't think I have. So this next one might just be up in the air. And I'll let people vote on it kind of like I did this one. I know American Marriage is on the table. However, it's not the only option. It's not the only entree. I definitely will let other people kind of interject. And let me see. Fire. If you know what? Somebody sent me the ebook of Fire and Fury, and I have not read that one. Did you read it? Please tell me you read it and it was juicy. Yeah, I got it. My humor is just a mess. Y'all pray for me. And then this is the same way I talk when I'm on air in the morning and people don't get it. Oh, and they're like, oh, you're a mess. You're so funny. I'm like, no, this is really kind of what I am. So y'all just get the watered down version on the radio, but this is pretty much who I am as a person. It's a mess in my head, honey. A mess. Yeah, I haven't read Fire and Fury. Like, sent me the ebook, and I know it was like right after it first came out. I have not read it. So maybe we'll think about that one, American Marriage. And I think there was something else that I had put on my TBR on like Goodreads or something. I also have been thinking about reading Charlemagne the God's book and Gucci Mane's book, but I don't know. Have you guys read the Toni Braxton book, Unbreak My Heart? Is that the name of it? Toni told some of her business in that one too. I was like, okay, Toni. I like reading about people from their perspective. I don't like nobody else to leak nobody else's stories. Let them tell their own truth. Let them tell their own dirty secrets and stuff. Let them present it in the way that best suits them. Don't just throw people's dirt out there. I don't like that. But Toni, she did hers tastefully. Very tastefully. Yeah, I've heard that the Charlemagne is good and the Gucci Mane is surprisingly good. I wanted to get the Bobby Brown story on Audible. However, Bobby is narrating it, and I listened to a sample, and I was like, nah, Bobby. No. Bobby almost reads like that guy in class who never wanted to read out loud. So I can't do Bobby. Oh, God, no. Won't be doing that one. Let's see. Yeah, we'll definitely come up with something. Tomorrow is Monday. I'll put up like a poll or a post and pin it on the fan page so that we can all just kind of toss around what books are good. And hey, who knows? We might end up doing an educational book so we can all figure out, how best to start a business and stop working for other people. That has always been a thing for me. Yeah, he definitely. I listened to that 5-minute sample and was like, because Tiffany Haddish's book was really good, read in her own voice, and she was the one who said she was formerly illiterate. So I expected her to, kind of sound interesting, but she didn't. She did real good. But hearing Bobby do it, I was like, oh, I'm gonna need to get this read by somebody else. That's so bad. But yeah, I'll put up a post tomorrow so we can get to thinking about what books we want to read. And also, I'll probably send out a teaser for the t-shirts and stuff because those are going to be cute. And like I said, they're more so book related. A lot of stuff for designs that I worked with a designer and did, so I think it's something that works for us women. Also, some stuff works for guys. They're not for young folk. No, I ain't young. It's not for young people. It's more intellectual, bookish stuff. I'm sorry, I'm moving around. It's more for those of us who read or just have empowering things to say. So yeah, be looking out for those. Also, have y'all been listening to the podcast? I had who's the last one I did? Safari. Safari was the last one that was published. That one's in a blog. But I had a comedian by the name of Talent Harris on with me, and I have that interview. I'm thinking those might go up tomorrow too. He was really, really cool. If you guys are following on social media, which you are, you've seen the pictures of him and I. He's extremely tall. If I could have plastic surgery to make me a good 5 inches taller, I would. I'm so tired of looking like a child standing next to these people. There's nothing we can do about that, and I refuse to wear heels. So, yeah. All right, ladies, I'm going to wrap this up because, my bedtime is 8 o'clock. If you are in the area, or if you're not, follow me on in the morning during the Steve Harvey Morning Show on Star 94.7. I'll be there bright and early in the morning. And if you don't live in the Youngstown, Warren area, you can, I'll put a link in here somewhere to their Facebook page, and you can grab the app. Let me see. If you can't see, it's because I'm doing something. I have no business trying to find you the link to the Facebook page for the app and stuff. Where is that? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to, I'll put that in there. See? Yay, I can figure things out. That's the wait, cancel. That's the comment that's going in there now is the station's Facebook page. Go over there and get the app, and then you can listen in the morning when I'm on blabbing. All right, ladies, thank you so much. I know, I thought you listened every day, Rita. How come you on call? I'm waiting. You listen, why don't you call? You listening? Why don't you call? Talent is old. He got some snow in his beard. Talent, and he's got to be at least 10 years older than I am, or pushing it. Well, no, he's got to be, because I remember sneaking and watching him when I was in high school, and he was on Def Comedy Jam, and I was like getting in trouble for sneaking and staying up late. Yeah, you don't know, but you will. You better call tomorrow. But yeah, radio life is fun. Meeting people is fun. It's just exhausting. I have no idea. Yeah, and you know what? I caught myself the one day, and then I made a post about it. Caught myself one day just like, oh my God, Lord, I'm so tired. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. And then I was like, oh wait, this is what I asked for. So I'm gonna just be quiet and just started being thankful, because sometimes we forget that this was our goal, and then we get it and we're like, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. I am not overwhelmed. This is what I asked for. I'm just waiting for him to give me the grace and the energy to hold it. So yes, ladies, catch me tomorrow right here on Facebook. I'm going to put up a post trying to find out. You can see me in my glasses. Hilarious. Y'all tell I got ADHD, right? I'm going to put up a post so that we can figure out what these cars. I'm going to put up a post on Facebook so we can figure out what book we're reading next. Oh, you can also see how the back window has fogged up because I was sitting in the car talking. Y'all pray for me. All right, ladies, thank you so much for coming out with me today. And hopefully I'll be talking to you all in the morning. Bye.